So on October 5th, they was doing an Aaron Judge talk, and they had a segment on the Get Up show, and Barry Bonds came up, and this is what Stephen A. Smith was doing. That was the most ignorant debate by Mr. Smith about the Barry Bonds talk and about if Aaron Judge is the real home run leader. Aaron Judge is number one, point blank. I can't believe what I just watched and heard. Stephen A. Smith is a yes man, and he only do it to be accepted by the people higher than him. I couldn't believe he was defending him like no charges was brought against Barry Bonds. Yes. But if I had my money to bet on it, I would bet that Barry Bonds was using steroids. Now, Stephen A. Smith said it all the time on that. Oh, he friends with Barry Bonds and all that. All right, he liked Barry Bonds. That's why he was defending him. Stephen A. Smith don't like KYRIE Irving. He never did. He been there like KYRIE Irving. So before we get into part two, just keep that in mind. About to do part two of this one is called Exposes Stephen A. Smith. But check it out, right? Before we get into it. Look, he got the black suit on, the black thing and everything. Like it's a funeral, right? Yeah, I got that black on. That's that Brooklyn. You know, that's that Brooklyn Nets. That's what we do. We rock the black. Now check it out, y'all.
This one, Stephen A., I'll start with you. What stands out to you here?
Sadness. You don't take any joy in what's transpiring right now because you're watching an individual who's a phenomenal basketball player, phenomenal athlete, box office, at least once was box office. In terms of his talent, would be for several years. You're watching him disintegrate before our very eyes. And it's all because of stubbornness, it's because of arrogance. And that's what really shines out in my mind. Let me be very, very clear. Kyrie Irving, I believe, is not a bad person. I don't believe he meant to hurt anyone in any way. The problem is that the same individual that wants to have power with his words, the power to influence and affect the lives of people, isn't taking the level of responsibility or absorbing the level of responsibility that comes with it. First of all, know what the hell you're talking about.
All right, we're going to pause right there, right? But we're gonna come back. We're going to get back. We're going to get back to that. We're going to get back to that. Now, notice. Stephen A., you crazy. He got on all black. Now, mind you, I just told you, we already know Stephen A., he don't like Kyrie. Stephen A. debates. That's his job. And Stephen A. always want to be right. And Stephen A. always want his point to be right. Now, mind you, he been beefing about Kyrie for the last 5-6 years, trying to prove a point of how Kyrie is such a problem and he ain't a good guy, right? All right. Now, on another show, Stephen A. just said, not too long ago, probably a couple of hours ago, Stephen A. Smith said, and I say he said, now the judges ruled that everybody have to get that got fired from COVID, got to get back pay and they have to go back to work, which makes what Kyrie was doing right. Kyrie didn't want to put his life at line for COVID. He didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't want to take the shot because he didn't want to take the shot. Whatever he choose to believe or why he ain't take the shot, which I took both shots, but that's on him. He didn't have to take the shot. So we was mad at him then. And me, yes, I am a Nets fan. I was very upset with Kyrie. To be honest with y'all, I didn't even want Kyrie on the Nets roster. But, he got there. But yes, when he didn't take the shot, yeah, I was upset with him because, I never looked at Kyrie like that as a man. Like, I never got into his personal business. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, so I stay in my lane. He played basketball, so I always looked him at a basketball player. You know, that's it. Nothing else. I don't know him. Nothing else, so I never looked at him. But at the end of the day, the judge just ruled 2, 3 years later that Kyrie was right. So now, all that stuff that Stephen A. Smith was talking bad about Kyrie during the COVID, he have to take all that back. And he was wrong about all of it. So you've been wrong about Kyrie for the last 2 years, Stephen A. Smith. You and me both. Yeah. Because I was mad he ain't take the COVID too. So you have to take that back. And you have to respect that, man. And you was wrong. Right? Alright, so we want to get that out the way before we move on to this. Now, Stephen A., you came on there. You got the all black on. You got the everything. You sounding on. Stephen A. Smith, let me tell you what you just did, right? You knew it was going down earlier today. You was like, this is Kyrie's funeral. That's why you dressed in all black, man. Stop it. And you feel like you was right. You acting like you want him to stay in the league. But nah. Only thing you want to do is prove what you've been saying about him is right. And this is the outcome of it. And that's so horrible, man. All for views and to prove your point and to look like you that guy in front of the other analysts on that you be debating with all crazy and everything, man. That's crazy, Stephen A. Smith. This was all a joke to you. You really don't believe that. That's why you dress like you coming to a funeral, which is Kyrie's funeral, and you're talking like you're at a funeral also, man. So we gonna pause right there, right? All right.
Talking about. That's number one. When you're talking about your history, it's one thing for you to sit up there and remind people of things from an historical perspective as it pertains to your own community. Indentured servitude, slavery, Jim Crow laws, things of that nature, because that's what he was alluding to when he was talking about keeping that same momentum, that same intensity and energy when he was talking to the media yesterday. And as a black person, we should all appreciate that element of him.
Stephen A. Smith. He said nothing about no Jim Lord and that. You can't put words in that man's mouth. You can't think for that man. You can't say, oh, that's what he was thinking about in his mind, or that's what he was saying in that. You can't do that, man, to prove your point. Oh, man, that's bad of you, man. No.
So the suspension is warranted. There is no doubt about that. By the way, it's not just a 5-game suspension. It's potentially longer. They said a minimum of 5 games. From what I've been told, Josiah is completely done with him. He's dealing with him because he's under contract and he has to, but he's completely done with Kyrie Irving. Commissioner Adam Silver, who knows Kyrie Irving personally, who is a Jewish man, was incredibly off-put and hurt by the irresponsible rhetoric that Kyrie Irving contributed to disseminating by putting that film on Twitter, on his Twitter page.
Now, do that sound like a brother who just said, oh, I love Kyrie. I think Kyrie is the great man. Man, don't he sound like he throwing the dirt on Kyrie's grave, or he helping throwing the dirt on it? Like, for real, I'm telling you, the black is a funeral to him. It's Kyrie's funeral. He's just doing this just to try to prove that everything he was saying about Kyrie in the past was right. This is totally disgusting, man. I hope y'all picking this up. This man is the worst. We got more coming.
Kyrie Irving said yesterday he considers himself a beacon of light. I have religiously stated when I have criticized him that the biggest problem with him is not that his heart is in the wrong place, because he is not a bad guy. It's that he thinks his intellect far exceeds those of so many others, that he is enlightened, and that the rest of us are living in darkness, and we need to come to the light that he is trying to shine upon us. And therefore, we'll be better off, and we'll be more enlightened, and we'll be more educated. He comes across not as a student eager to learn, but as somebody who is somewhat professorial, that has already arrived, whose knowledge far exceeds that of so many other people. And he's not realizing that he's enlightening a whole bunch of people on a different level. And you know what that enlightenment is, Kendrick Perkins? He's enlightening a whole bunch of people on how to lose money. You missed out on a 4-year, $212 million extension. You missed out on a 4-year, $212 million extension. That's gone. That ain't coming back. Nobody's going to give him a long-term extension because they don't trust him.
Now, y'all watch what I just watched. Stephen A. Smith, I don't know what's wrong with him and KYRIE, but Stephen A. Smith seems to me like an older dude who is upset that the younger dude didn't do what he said or took his advice or something, even though the younger dude was right. But that's what that just looked like to me, right? Now Stephen A. Smith is talking about enlightening, right? Stephen A. Smith, where are you teaching the youth when you talk on the end that whoever yelled the loudest is right, which is wrong? So what you telling them that they should sell their soul because of money? Stephen A. Smith, stay out of KYRIE pockets, man. You dead wrong for that. You in that man pockets. Stay out of his pockets. Your money and KYRIE money is different. You understand? Like KYRIE ain't beasting for no money. You are though. Like stay out of that man pockets. Like he don't have to do what you got to do for money. All right, and which you enlightening the kids that everything is for money? What you talking about? What he lost? Don't talk about what he lost. Talk about what he gained already, though. Talk about what he did. Talk about what he donated already. Talk about that. I'm pretty sure, if KYRIE don't want to play no basketball no more in life, I'm pretty sure he good for life. So why you all in that man pocket talk about what he just lost? So basically, you telling me, all right, I believe that you can't get through God through Jesus until you go through Jesus first in my Christian faith. So you tell me, if you say, Alfonso, I'm going to give you $1 million to say you can't go through Jesus, that I should take that $1 million and say, yo, nah, all right, I can't go through Jesus. So what are you teaching the youth? That, to sell your soul or sell what you believe into for some money? I don't know. Is that what you telling them? Because that's what it sound like to me, man. Stay out that man pockets, man. You is so wrong for that, man. And you know what you telling them? And you know what else you showing them and you enlightening them about? How to come up off another black person's struggle. Because that's all you doing right now is trying to come up off KYRIE's struggle, man. Just because you want to prove what you've been saying was right, which he wasn't right. Because the judge ruled that they didn't have to take this shot and you got to give all that back. So he was right, my guy. Like what are you doing? What are you preaching here, Stephen A., man? What you doing right now is so wrong to KYRIE, man. You dead wrong for that. Stay out of that man pockets, man. KYRIE, man, salute, man. Do whatever you got to do. That's on you, man. But, as a man, and, also as a basketball player, but as a man, we make mistakes. He say it all the time. Oh, he good. He mean it from but you steady dragging them through the mud. You steady got the black on for the funeral. You mad phony, man, Stephen A. I don't know what KYRIE did to you, but you mad phony, man. You dead wrong for that. And Stephen A., only thing you do is yell. Just because you yell, it doesn't make you right. Now you got the other wide receiver. Look, you got the other wide receiver. What's the one up there? IRVING dude from Dallas. Now you got him following behind your footsteps. Only thing you do is yell, but that's what the black race need to stop doing is yelling, less yelling. And you steady promoting that. Because you must not have been in the hoods, in the trenches. That's all they do is yell all day, Shit is annoying. Like, why we yelling? What you yelling for? It doesn't make you right. Doesn't make you tough. Like, what you got? So that's what you promote. And then you see you got these other analysts coming up behind you. Now they yelling. But you could see only ones that be yelling be the black race. Them other races, them female, they don't be yelling. Only one be yelling be the black people. Most of them, you, Stephen A. Smith, the other chubby guys, they don't be yelling. But y'all, 2, 3, yeah, that's what y'all be doing. Like, nobody want to hear that. You know why y'all be yelling? Y'all so much of a bozos. They be using y'all. Y'all puppets. That's what you are, Stephen A. You're puppet. You know why you be yelling and y'all be yelling? Because you know yelling and ignorant stuff like that cause views. That's gonna bring more views to people to watch y'all because you know that's what the black race is into. They into ignorant stuff and talk shows and these reality shows with them fighting, yelling on TV. They into all of that. So that's all of y'all doing is just feeding the ignorant and you dragging Kyrie because he made a simple mistake on something, you know. Come on, man. Like, stop playing, man. And you older than Kyrie. Kyrie is young. All right, man, he young, man. He gonna make a mistake. All right, get off his back. Help him stay in the league. You trying to get him out the league just so you could prove that you was right. What they gonna do? Start letting you do the games and stuff? Like, what you doing right now? You know what's crazy, man? You know what's crazy? Every time a black person take a major fall, another black person come up. That's crazy. Yo, as a black race, we have to stop that, y'all. We have to. Now, it ain't even us. It's the politicians. It's the people that's in power that's above us. The black race that's above us. That's who's out here living off our struggles and making money off our struggles, but still letting us struggle. Like Stephen A. Smith doing the Kyrie. Like, we don't do that. Yo, Stephen A. in Brooklyn, like, since we in Brooklyn, no disrespect. We call that sucker shit, man. Like, we 10 toes in Brooklyn, man. We don't do that. On some G shit, man. Learn the Brooklyn culture, man. Learn the Jersey culture, too. Out there in Queens, man, with all that. That wrong.